Hi everyone, Matt Morris here in Waterloo, and yesterday I made this 10-foot gnome on our front yard, and I didn't realize gnomes were that popular, so let's head out to the backyard and see if we can make one with some mini towers. Hi there, so here we are in the backyard, and we're going to try and build a gnome with two mini towers from 5-gallon pails, and notice I put a little extra on top, a little yogurt container, so that's going to give us a little extra height. So here's our whole gnome. I'm thinking the nose will go about here. So the nose, the hat kind of goes up around the nose, whoa, and then down. So I'm on a rotator here, so I can fix that. And then going around the back, I'm going to push my knife in, not flat, but on about this angle, so there's a bit of an undercut. And I'm going to cut in a good inch, and I'm going to wave it a bit because the hat's a bit random. And I'll come back to, there's my front. So that's where I'm headed. But I think we need to deal with the top. So let's chop off some of this top. Now it's easier for me because I can rotate this. I'm using a safe plastic knife, but a fairly robust plastic knife. And off it comes. And the top is, of course, very fragile, so I'm going to be careful with that. But let's give it a try. Here we go. Maybe I'll put a little finger pressure on top so that I don't hurt it. And then around I go, trying to make the top, or the hat on this gnome. I'm going to leave the top fairly thick initially because it might get fragile. And the hat can be uniform all the way around. I'll just start rotating. Or you can have a little fun with that. So I'm going to come down, I'm going to leave a little edge where the edge of that hat will be. I think I'm going to go a little random on my hat here, so it's not just uniform. I'm going to put a little swoop in the one side. That'll give it some character. And now I'm going to go to the top and bring this to a bit of a point. I'm being very careful. My strokes are pulling and sawing, not chopping. So in a minute I'll zoom in. I'm going to stand back to see how it looks. I think it's coming. And this is going to be my nose. So let's take a little more off. I might do the final trimming up top right near the end. It's pretty easy carve though. What do you think? I'm going to use my thin gloves that have no seams just to smooth it off a little bit, sand it or make it a little smoother. I think it's time now to get into this nose. So here's the nose, quite bigger than you think. It's going to be a round nose, and then I'll start shaving into that line. It immediately falls off because I had set that line in nice and deep. The circle comes to a point in the middle, so don't be shy about taking material off. I'm going to trim down here. I guess this will be his beard. And into this corner now to make that part pop off. Again, you won't be able to rotate like I have this rotator for demonstration purposes, so it might be a little trickier for you. But take your time, move around as you need to. And so I'm sort of digging in here, and then I'm going to take some off here because that beard I don't think needs to be that big. I'm going to avoid ears, but you could definitely carve out some ears here and then drill a hole in. But for simplicity, this time, I'm going to leave those off. Now, because I set that beautiful line earlier, I can now cut up to that line. I'll move over here so you can see better. And every gnome is going to look different, just like all of us. We're all a little different. And this is the kind of thing you might make a bunch of gnomes. There, it's starting to create a shape, isn't it? It's starting to show. And I'm going to undercut this. I'm going to come back on the circle a little bit, dig underneath, and whether that be round or more oval, who knows? But at some point, you get to a point where you might sand it with your hand. That's starting to look like something. And I'll just run my hand around the edge to soften the edge of the hat. Okay. It's almost time to do the beard, isn't it? Okay, how's that beard going to work? Let's flatten it off a little bit more. Okay, so now the demo for the beard, and for that, I think I need to zoom the camera in. Let's try and equal both sides here. Getting that perspective and balance is very important. Yeah, not bad. A little more here, maybe. Take that back. Really got to stand back and take a look. to see if it's starting to look like it's balanced. So I'm going to bring that camera in now so that we can see what's going on with the beard. Now we need to tilt that front down a little bit so you can see what's going on. Okay, so for the beard, the cut will be a short little stroke on the 45 with a curve, come in on the other side to match it, and then maybe do another one this way. Okay, so again, in on the 45, I'll do a longer one this time, and then match it on the other side. And you can go at it again and make it a little deeper. The deeper you go, the more defined the edge. And you just keep doing this. And when you see a section of white snow like this, you can put another carve in there, maybe a thinner, or not so deep, but a more shallow cut. And then you enter and exit. So here I'll do a short one. Okay, and then I'll start in this V here on the next one. Sometimes you can do a very light cut to establish the line and then dig it out a little more later. And you can spend a lot of time on a beard. Okay, so angle. I'll turn out to the right that time. So you sort of randomized how that beard's going to look. Do a little short one there. Hopefully I'm not blocking you too much with my mitten, with my glove. That one there. I'll come down into this. I'm getting some breakage here. I'll be honest, I put together this tower about 15 minutes ago, but I really pounded it in because I wanted to make this video. This is the day after Boxing Day 2020, and I've got my gnome on the front. I had no idea gnomes were this big, and I wanted to. Then I realized as I made it that I think it's an easy carve for new carvers, so I wanted to get a video out to you. The more you do, the better you'll get. And if you do it consciously, like think about what you're doing, and you'll think about things like, do I want this to come to a point, or do I want to leave a flat spot on it? Two different looks. I'll just throw in a couple more. I'm moving as usual very quickly because I want you to have time to get outside and not be watching videos all day. Okay, so randomize, left, right, short, long. And he's looking pretty funny. He's looking pretty funny. But he'll be a good gnome. A friendly gnome. It's a gorgeous day outside again. I had a nice cross-country ski this morning. Beautiful conditions. Beautiful. And now we're outside carving. I think rain comes tomorrow. That was the other thing that was really motivating me to get this done. No to the rain. And the nose, it looks like. Sometimes you get a perspective as you get close to the end and you think, I need to change that a bit. So maybe I'll just take a little off there. Now I should stand back 10 feet. Okay, need one more beard down here. Looks like I grabbed the tower with a dirty mitten there. My goodness. So I'll try and carve some of that off. Okay, and now let's zoom out to see if it even looks reasonable. There's the back end. And there's the front end. Let's zoom out and see what we got. There, a little gnome. 2 pails with a yogurt container on top. And you decide how much you want to work on this point here. Are you going to make it really sharp? Maybe knock it off like this. That might be nice. But these are things you can do. You can change it even towards the end. Yeah, I like that little curve. So, hey, get out there. Hope you have a blast. Thanks for watching. Have fun with non-packing snow.